What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Reddit Gold Standard Podcast. My name is Zach Hernandez, and as always, I am joined by my co-host, Matt Llewellyn. Our guy, Mike Andrews, will be joining us shortly. He's dealing with some technical difficulties. Mike, give us a thumbs up when you're all good to hop in. All right, cool. Look at that. Without another second wasted, let me change this here so you guys can actually see Mike. It's a little important. 1 second. Bear with me. Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Technical difficulties right off the bat.
There we go. It's been a while, guys. We're a little rusty, but we are back. We are here. Look at Mike in the quarter zip. Nothing but Niners. We're here to talk about the 49ers. 2 days of free agency, and that's netted them a same amount of free agents, too. So one big one small one, though not physically small. So we will talk about all of that. Obviously, Mike Evans. Some news just dropped right before we went. The news everybody wants to talk about. Bam, dropping 83 points. No, I'm just kidding. Max Crosby getting the trade getting canceled by the Ravens. Absolutely insane. Where does that stand for the 49ers? Where does that put them in, excuse me. In regards to him, are they in? Are they out? Who knows? Before I toss over to my guys, if you're tuning in on X, do us a solid, hit like, hit repost. If you're watching on YouTube, do us a solid, hit like and subscribe, hop in the chat. Make sure to subscribe to both 49ersHive and Nothing But Niners. We appreciate all the support. Now that I got that out of the way, Matt, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. Excited to be here. It's been a while. Kids, life, all that good stuff. But man, we got some news. We got some stuff to talk about. I'm excited to do it with you guys. And we're gonna go over it because we've done one good thing. Maybe two. I think two good things, but there's a lot of meat still left on the bone. So we're gonna talk about that for sure.
Definitely. Mike, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. I get really, really frustrated when technology doesn't work. So I'm trying not to bring that over to the show. I'm going to relax, but I'm excited about the 49ers. I'm excited about the football season so far. Never a dull moment in the NFL. I every time something major happens, I'm like, yeah, just don't get your hopes up, guys. Remember what Frank Gore did? When he was supposed to sign with the Eagles when he left the Niners and ended up going to Indianapolis, right? Like this time of year, I always look for the one that's going to do that little switch up on them. And so we got it already, but it turns out it was the team that backed out. And so, we'll see how things play out, but I'm excited, man. We'll get to what the Niners have done and haven't done and all of that good stuff too.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I'm glad you got your technology fixed, by the way, Mike. Happy to have.
Oh, I did.
I
did.
Okay.
I had to copy the link from my phone, email it to myself, jump in. It's still loading. I have no idea what's happening. So
WhatsApp can be very dumb when it has to sync again. So hopefully it doesn't take longer than half a day, but we'll see. You do. I'm sure you have a million messages on there, so it's a lot to sync if you got a new platform.
That was, by the way, that Bam out of bio stuff is real, I guess.
Yeah,
he actually did score 83 points today. Holy shit!
I've got him in fantasy basketball. He put up 101 points on my team. So yeah, those 83.
You're winning your matchup then. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was insane. He had 77 in the third or something like that, or not. Obviously not in the third and the fourth, but it was. They were up 30 points with 2 minutes to go. It was very clearly stat padding. But why not? If you could do it. Why not do it?
Yeah, give it to him.
Gives a little more credence to the
just wanted to get by Kobe. He just wanted to get by Kobe.
Wilt actually had that 100-point game, so even though a lot of people don't think it happened.
Wilt was playing against garbage men and grocery store clerks too, though. There was a bunch of bums in the NBA back then.
There were a bunch of other people playing against those same people too.
Oh, 100%. Bill Russell's 11 rings doesn't impress me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There were some really good basketball players, don't get me wrong, but the vast majority, you're talking from top to bottom talent, there's no way, dude. In the 60s, There's no way. Get out of here.
Yeah. So do you guys want to start with the Max Crosby news, even though that doesn't really directly apply to the 49ers? Okay.
Might as well.
It might. Yeah, it might. So I'm leaving work, and out of nowhere, I see this tweet come across my phone. I think in the group chat. Let me pull it up here from the Raiders, and it gave absolutely no context. And it just said, "The Baltimore Ravens have backed out of our trade agreement with Max Crosby. We will have no further comment at this time." And I'm like, "What? What the hell?" come to find out, the Ravens are saying that he didn't pass a physical. Therefore, they are nixing the trade agreement and getting their 2 first-round picks back. I think, I don't know, Mike, I haven't talked to you about this. Matt and I talked briefly before we went live.
Yeah.
I think we're under the agreement that this may be the Ravens just having cold feet and wanting their picks back. Maybe a little bit of buyer's remorse. I saw former NFL player TJ Lang saying it's March. Almost every NFL player wouldn't pass a physical right now. And they knew that he just had meniscus repair 2 months ago.
Yeah, and that one doctor, Dr. Brian Suter, who does all the sports injuries and stuff, he's like, no way. The guy who just had meniscus surgery less than 2 months ago didn't pass a physical. Like, no shit.
Right.
Yeah, I think
things that you knew before you
buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's some buyer's remorse. Maybe they tried to rework his deal and he didn't want to do it in a way that they thought was, beneficial to their team. Maybe Lamar was just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You're letting everybody walk out of here and you're not getting, anything back in return. Who knows? At the same time, if they turn around and sign Trey Hendrickson, I feel like the league should investigate because that's super suspicious. You know what I mean? Like, and it's going to be hard, right? Because technically you can agree to the terms of a trade, but nothing's really official because it's still legal tampering. But man, that's some BS on Baltimore's part for sure. And it really kind of, and listen, I'm no lover of the Raiders, don't get me wrong, but they signed a bunch of people. They went out and signed Tyler Linderbaum to a huge deal. They got Nakobe Dean. They got the other linebacker as well.
They got the running back, right? Didn't they sign a running back?
Yep. Did they?
Was the guy from the Steelers, was it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. They have Genty, so I don't know why they would.
Oh, maybe. Oh, no. I'm thinking about something.
They gave out $280 million in contracts in the past 24 hours.
Yeah. And so with the expectation that Max Crosby's deal was going to be off the books, they took on a ton of Geno Smith's salary to jettison him over to New York, back to the Jets, which I don't know. That's a full circle moment, I guess, but whatever. It's the Jets, so who knows? But yeah, I just think that it's suspect and it's not a good way to do business. So I think that at the very least, the league needs to look into it because even though it's only legal tampering, there has to be some type of control on this whole thing, right? It's legal tampering. So obviously the league has a part in it. They're changing things up. Like apparently this year was the first year that you could talk to the player directly, take a phone call with the player during the tampering period.
5 players, I think, right?
Yeah, and you get an hour. You get an hour or something like that. So they have to, the league has to step in if it turns out. If I would say that it should be on the low, Roger Goodell needs to be calling the Ravens and being like, "Don't sign don't sign Trey Hendrickson. Don't do it." So we'll see what happens, but might open the door for the 49ers.
Well, what I think the NFL is doing right now is sitting back and saying, "Ha, we are king again." Right? Here's the drama, here are the ratings. This is what we need to talk about. Now you got all of a sudden the Raiders, which is a big NFL name, a team name, whether you hate them or you love them. They are one of the teams that their name rings bells, right? So boom, they're back in there. Now all of a sudden people are saying, oh, will Jerry Jones go out and get him? Now the Cowboys are back in there. Niner fans are saying, man, we should probably be back in on this guy, right? Because we knew he wasn't going to pass a physical. We could still go out there and get him. You got all the teams talking about this whole thing all over again. I get it, but it's tampering. This isn't official. This is what people have known for years, and the NFL never got involved before. I think they should sit this one out. Let the teams handle it however they're going to handle it. Let them do what they're going to do. And by the way, the next trade for Max Crosby, it's going to happen before the draft. And when it happens, his physical is going to be, can you spell your name? And he's going to say MAX. And they're going to wait and be like, oh, he's done. Okay, fine. That's good. That's fine. That's good enough. And he's going to pass that physical. Right. So it's not the end of the world. They're going to get their money. Things will work out.
So this also, there's precedent for this. And by this, I mean the Ravens backing out of trades that they've agreed to after the news broke. Adam Schefter posted, Ravens have rescinded deals in the past because of issues with physicals in 1997. Baltimore backed out of a deal with Cowboys safety Brock Marion minutes before he was going to sign a contract because the team discovered a potential problem with his left shoulder. In 2018, Baltimore avoided its 4-year, $29 million agreement with wide receiver Ryan Grant after he failed a physical over an ankle injury. So it's a little crazy that this has been something that's reoccurring for the Ravens, but I don't know. They clearly take their physicals very seriously. I don't know what else to say, but it is a little weird.
It's especially weird when there shouldn't have been an expectation for him to actually pass a physical.
Right.
You know, like
right.
you're like he's just coming off the knee surgery. Everybody knows he's coming off the knee surgery. So like, what did you expect?
Yeah.
You know, going into it, you had, you know, and here's the thing too, that this, again, it's not just this move, but it's the fact that you had other people that offered a bunch for him, including the Raiders, or I'm sorry, the Cowboys. And now the Cowboys were like, no, we're out. We went and got Rashawn Gary.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've completely changed the market landscape. You've maybe now delayed Trey Hendrickson's signing and what the market would be for him, because now, you know, people are going to want to kick the tires on Max Crosby. And so this affects league wide what's going on with Baltimore with doing this. So, you know, if I'm the Raiders, I'm pissed. If I'm the rest of the league, I'm kind of pissed, right? If I'm Roger Goodell, it's kind of out of both sides, right? Like, Mike, what you said, like, we're king, we got the drama, we got everything else, but at the same time, he's got to be like, hey, you guys need to lock this up now. Like, we'll give you a day, right, to take the headlines. We'll take the headlines for a day, and then something really needs to happen. So we'll see.
My question is, do you guys think that the Raiders get another offer like they just had? Like,
no,
not even close.
Rounders?
Nope.
I think now it's probably a first and
change. If I'm the Niners, I go 27 and one of our 3 4th-round picks. You know, because the way this team drafts in the 4th round, and I mean honestly, how they draft, period. At 27, that's basically a high number 2, and a 4th-round pick, which you have 2 others. I mean, are we going to find a player as good as Max Crosby? Maybe, but the history's not on our side.
Throw in Ayuk.
Well, what they do at the quarterback position? They did sign a quarterback, right?
Raiders?
I don't know if it was a starter.
No, the Raiders are going to draft Fernando Mendoza with number 1.
But they also signed.
Right. That's right.
Didn't they sign someone? Maybe not.
I can't. Everything is still doing. It's all
I'll look.
cattywampus over here.
You know,
this is. I honestly, guys, I
like the idea of
there's
Brandon
nothing
Ayuk,
more frustrating than this.
If you can flip Brandon Ayuk into Max Crosby and save yourself a draft pick or something like that, you know.
I tell you what, 2 guys who won't have to pass a physical in that trade there, right? Like just go out there and on paper, here
right?
you go.
It'd be like, hey, knee for knee, bro. Let's just take it straight up.
I don't think they did sign a quarterback. So they traded Geno and they took on a bunch of cap, or they ate a bunch of cap to do so, with the expectation of clearing $30 million off the books. But I'm sure they will move him. It's just a matter of when. Like you said, Matt, the Cowboys were the second team alongside the Ravens that were right there competing for Max Crosby. And then when the Ravens said, we'll give you 2 firsts, and the Cowboys said, whoa, we're not willing to go past a first and then, you know, next year's second or something like that. That's when they said, okay, well, we'll go to the Ravens then.
Yep.
And then the Cowboys went and got Rashawn Gary, kind of got suckered because they were going to release Rashawn Gary anyway, but they made the trade for him, and now they're reportedly saying we're done.
Rashawn Gary, though, what was the trade terms of that? That like Packers really didn't get much.
It was like a 6th-round pick or something like that.
Yeah, it was something stupid. It was something where you're just like, okay, we'll give this for the because now they have an exclusive opportunity to have Rashawn Gary. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, you know, we'll wait for him to come on free agency just in case, you know, somebody else swaps him up. This is Rashawn Gary goes to the spot. Dallas wants him. They get their guy and they give up a 6th-round pick or whatever it was, whatever the case. But it was a day 3 pick, right? So who cares? You know, it's like, I don't think that's a sucker move. I actually think that's a better move for the Cowboys than giving up that 1st-round pick for Crosby. And I would have liked to seen the 49ers do something like that. Which again we'll get to, because there's some stuff that we got to talk about with the Niners. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know what the league's going to do and what it's going to come out of this, but you know, like Mike said, it's definitely entertaining. We're going to watch it.
It was a 4th-round pick, so a little better than a 6th, but still a day.
I mean, Rashawn Gary's a good player, so
yeah. So that leads us back to how we started the show. Do you guys think the 49ers should be in on Max now that a lot of these teams went and wasted their load, so to speak, like they don't have the money. Maybe they don't have the picks. I mean, Buffalo was reportedly in on him too, and then they traded picks for DJ Moore. Should the 49ers be interested in trying to acquire him now at a reduced price? Mike?
I think so. I think they should be in on him, right? Everyone's kind of trying to figure out what the Niners' plan is at edge, right? You don't know exactly what condition you're going to get Nick Bosa back in, right? So is Max Crosby or Hendrickson another guy that you want a chance? Like both guys coming off of injuries, right? But if you're going to get either one of those guys, you know that you're going to do a longer term deal with them, so you have them for the future. I think that the Niners should be in on them. Whether they get them or not is a different story, but they 100% should be in on them. Yes.
Matt, I know you've already said, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, send over 27 and a fourth for him. You're not going to get much better than that, with the way this team drafts. And again, if you're willing to take on the fact and understand the fact that, yeah, there's an opportunity here. He's not going to be able to pass a physical right now, but we're going to bet on the fact that he will end up passing a physical, And I mean, listen, just think about it. And, again, he's a little older. He's going to cost a lot of money, but this team is already the oldest team in the league. They're already hedging their bets again to Trent Williams and letting Trent Williams basically bend them over a barrel for money. You might as well go all in now, because after this, it's going to be a hard rebuild. Like not this retool thing, right? Not this little rebuild we thought we were doing this year, but this 2018, 2019 to 2023 core, they're aging out, man. They're aging out quickly. They're going to get more and more injured. Their big free agent signing is 33. They're not getting younger like we wanted them to. So let's see what happens. I mean, you might as well go all in. And see if you can, do the Rams thing. Go completely all in, try to get yourself a Super Bowl, and then suck up not making the playoffs for a year or two. Yeah.
Mike, we got a super chat from you guys. Sean, you want to read this one?
Sean cracks me up. Maybe we can go after some 50-year-old legless guys too. At this rate, why not bring Mark Levy in from the dead? Heck, maybe D Ford is available too. Max, Bus Crosby, him, Trent, and Biden can pull together. Like, Sean is so over everything that this team is doing right now. It's not even funny. Like, I talked to Sean outside of here, and he can't help but share his thought. And I absolutely love it. I love it, man. Sean, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and do the little ching for the member message there. All right, at least that's working. Good.
That's funny.
WhatsApp officially asked me to sign in again. So all that loading for nothing.
Awesome.
And now it wants me to start all over.
Oh, not awesome.
Yeah, it's telling me to start all over again. No, whatever.
Yeah, I think that they should definitely be interested in Max Crosby for the right price, right? This is kind of what they do as far as like bargain bin shopping. Their big trade was Keon White, and then they got Cleveland Farrell. Was it Cleveland? I'm pretty sure it was Cleveland Farrell off of waivers or something last season after he was released from wherever the hell he was with. You could get a premium player at a discount, and by discount I mean picks, because you're still going to pay him a premium paycheck, but it wouldn't cost as much to acquire him. Captain Niner, I'm glad you caught that. But I do think that they're not going to find a player that good in the end of the first round, at least with their luck. I don't know. Maybe they would, but they haven't really. Ayuk, I would say, is the best first round player that they've drafted at the end of the first round. They had to trade back up to get him. Talent-wise, because we obviously know how it's worked out. They desperately need help rushing the passer. It's a huge need.
Yep.
Somebody just became available to fill that need.
Yep. And by the way, I mean, listen, the D-line is getting thinner. According to Adam Schefter, Jordan Elliott just signed with Tennessee. So we lose another guy off our defensive line. So,
Yep.
Matt, you said something that was pretty interesting. Do you think that the Niners are like trying to push all the chips in this year? Like, we're going all in for the Super Bowl? Because I can't understand why else they would be entertaining this nonsense with Trent, which is really just money moving, right? Like, he's under contract, but it's about guarantees, right? If they go after a guy like Crosby or Hendrickson, doesn't that what does that signal?
Tells me it's a full all in, yeah, because I think they're the oldest team on average in the NFL, like player age wise. And again, your big free agent signing is 33. And you're, again, not replacing your 38-year-old left tackle. You're actually letting him leverage you for more money again for what seems like the third, fourth year in a row. At a certain point, I think that, it's cool to be a player's coach. It's cool to be a very team-friendly GM and a player-friendly GM and stuff like that. I think they are too loyal to some of these players, and it's going to come back to bite them because they, again, for as much as Bill Belichick's been exposed recently, one of the hallmarks that he had in New England was he always got off players a year early than too late. And that allowed the team to replace with cheaper, younger players. The 49ers aren't doing that. There was plenty of opportunity to go out there and pick up people. Caden Ellis, you need linebackers. Caden Ellis went for $11 million. Devin Lloyd went for $15 million. Like, not crazy amounts of signings. You know what I mean? Reed Blankenship went for a decent, a very affordable price to Houston. There were people that you could have been in on. Again, Rashawn Gary, a 4th-round pick. You got 3 of them. Why wouldn't you give up a 4th-round pick for it? At a certain point, you have to wonder what the front office is doing, what they're prioritizing, and why they just refuse to address the elephant in the room. And again, people will point to the signing of the basically swing tackle that we got from New England. And it's just like, I mean, that guy's insurance because they're going to let Spencer Burford walk. And you need depth on the offensive line. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the move is otherwise, other than going all in. You've tied your wheels to these old players.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we just signed another offensive lineman from the Eagles, Brett Toth. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Yeah. You ever heard of him?
I have, actually. I think he played, I forget who he's filled in for.
But I mean, like, he's not a guy that's like gonna, knock your dick in the dirt. You know what I mean? It's not one of those type of guys. It's not an Elkton Jenkins, who's a Pro Bowler who went to, Cleveland for pretty cheap, who got released because they switched him off of his Pro Bowl position, left guard, and put him at center for, ironically enough, Aaron Banks. Mm-hmm. A guy that, again, left guard, even John Lynch has acknowledged guard is a position of need for this team, specifically the left guard. Why you would not go out and pick that guy up who's young-ish? I think he's 26 or 27. Jenkins. Like, why would you not get younger on the line? I don't understand that. They again, you're basically getting old players and cheap players.
I think they're trying to. I think if I had to try to say why, I think they saw their younger guys getting pushed around. Like, maybe some of the older strength is what they're trying to aim for. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, there's an issue when you're drafting or signing guys who are 23, 24 years old that are free agents. You know what I mean? Maybe they're not as strong as the guys who are 29, like Toth here, or Tooth, or whatever his name is, Toth. I've heard it pronounced, and it's not Toth. I know that much.
It's probably Toth.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's a 1-year deal. This guy, he's played tackle, he's played guard. So I don't really know where he's going to line up. I was trying to find out where he lined up last year for the Eagles because he started 4 games for them last year, but I was trying to see the breakdown of what position it was. But I'm still looking all that up. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think that it's unfortunate that they're in this position with Trent Williams again. It seems like I'm at the point where they should just say, okay, then it sucks because it would eat like $39 million or some crazy high number to release or trade him. So they can't really do it. But I know I'm not the only one that's sick of this shit every year. Look at the difference, and not to count anybody's money, but Mike Evans literally was just like, it's not about money. Tampa just offered me more to stay there. I wanted to try a new challenge. I wanted to go somewhere I think I could win. And every year, Trent's like, hey, I need more money. I'm not going to play. I'm going to hold out. I want more money. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to play. And it's like, you just got more money. Well, I don't care. Now I need more. He's made over, what, 100 mil in his career easily, I'd imagine?
And you could tell the difference in attitudes too, just by, again, him and Fred Warner, completely opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of how they felt after the Super Bowl. Trent Williams is like, yeah, I'd rather not make it than make it and lose. Like, I was in a hole for months and months and months. And Fred Warner's like, nah, fuck that. I want to be there. Like, every year, even if I lose, I want to go to the Super Bowl. Like, you have to have the shot. And I think it's just a difference in mindset. And like, honestly, at this stage in his life, I do think Trent is far more about the money than he is about the competition. That's what happens when you get older. And I'm not necessarily begrudging him for it. What I am begrudging, because, the players are going to try to get their money, and they absolutely should. They have a finite shelf life. They have a finite career. You go and you get whatever you can get. But at the same time, I fault the 49ers for not having a contingency plan, knowing that he's done this before, knowing that he's going to be 38, knowing that he didn't look like Trent Williams for the first 6 games of the season. And that's after he didn't really look like Trent Williams last year when he held out. You have no plan in place to replace this guy. And so now he has all the leverage. So you have to pay him now. Yeah. Because you're not trading him. Nobody's going to give you high dollar amount for a 38-year-old left tackle. It doesn't matter if he's Trent Williams or not.
You haven't drafted anyone.
They did sign a tackle, guys. They did. That's the other name that we haven't got to yet. But
yeah, but he's a swing tackle. He ain't playing.
Vederian.
He started for Will Campbell when Will Campbell was out.
I'm just saying, some leverage games.
But again, he's a depth signing because they're losing people on the offensive line. You don't want to have to go into the season and play Drew Moss and Connor Colby again. That's where you're at, because Lowe is going to be a huge step up from those guys for sure. But is he going to be able to replace Trent Williams? I don't know, man. I think that's a big ask of somebody.
So let's say they trade Trent, get I don't know, whatever pick. What do you guys think he'd even net? A 3rd rounder? What did he net in 2018 when they traded for him, or 2019 when
I think a 5th.
Right. So there's no way they can get more than that, right, Mike?
Yeah. Like, it's going to be bottom of the barrel. Like, at the absolute top, it's going to be for a team that feels like they can make a push, probably in the AFC, and they really need a left tackle. Like, it'll be like a 5th, maybe a 4th. They're really desperate. You know what I'm saying? And it's a team that thinks that they can make a push again. And it's like, and a 4th is really pushing it, because what are they looking at? 1 to 2 years tops with Trent Williams. You know what I mean? So, but from my understanding, if the Niners do trade Trent, they're still eating like 30+ million in dead cap. So he's not going anywhere. Like, it's just weird.
Same whether he's traded or cut. It's over 35 million that they're eating. And like Matt said, they have nobody but themselves to thank for being in this position. They didn't draft anybody. They haven't groomed anybody. They didn't sign any free agents that could possibly be the heir apparent to Trent Williams, knowing that every 18 months or so, he grabs him by the nuts and says, "Where's my money?" And cut him a check. Like, they have no other game plan here. They have no other game plan. So they have nobody else but themselves to thank for the situation that they're in. And it's unfortunate, but that's the truth. Even if they move off of him, the best hope is that you draft somebody in the 1st round at 27. Starting left tackles, typically, I know that the fucking Chiefs just got one, so to speak. Are they playing him at right tackle? It could be. No, I think they are playing him at left tackle. The kid they drafted last year, Josh, I'm forgetting his name. Anyway, what if one does land to 27? Maybe you feel a little better about moving off of him and you're able to replace him. But then is he going to be as good as like a top 5 left tackle of all time? No, obviously not. That's way too high of a standard to place on a rookie coming into the NFL. So it really is just a shit position that they're in. But that doesn't mean that they can just continue to neglect it. Like, they have to address it at some point. And I think camera cut out. I think this year they should do it either way. I think they need to draft a left tackle at 27, regardless of Trent. And Mike, you laid out the numbers. He's going to be here. Like, there's almost no chance he's not here. So regardless of what happens, what will happen is he gets his money because they don't have any other choice. And then they draft a left tackle anyway to groom. And that way next year they can say, okay, see you. Good working with you. And wash your hands of the situation, thank him for his time, move on, go from there. That's my 2 cents on the whole situation. Do you guys want to talk about Mike Evans? Because we haven't talked about Mike Evans yet. Or is there anything else here you want to talk about?
So we don't want to talk about Vederian.
Well, we
Lowe
can talk about
at all?
him after
Later.
Mike Evans.
I just thought maybe we're on the tackles. That's why.
I mean,
Okay,
sure,
that's fine.
sure,
Mike
go
Evans.
for it. No. We could do
mean, we
a
can.
smooth transition.
There's not much to talk about. I mean, they said it was like a 1 year deal or something like that, right? So it's not like he's.
It's a 1 year deal with 4 void years.
Yeah, so it's like they really stretched that 2.9 million out, right? Like it's the weirdest contract I've ever seen in my entire life, right? So there are the details there. Vederian Lowe, 2 year deal, 9.25 million, 2.76 million signing bonus, right? 2.61 million option bonus in 2027. Left guard year, LG year, is that what that means? Left guard year, salaries
2027, I think league year.
Oh, league year. Oh, I'm like, what? Left guard year. Okay. Salaries 1.3 million guaranteed, 1.7 million annual 20K per game active roster bonus. So it's like if you make the team, cool. If not, we didn't give up a whole bunch for you. And they're going to spread that money out until 2031, which is insane. But I mean, just another body in here, right? They're going to be their Sean Coleman experience again. You know, like that's what I'm getting from this. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
Like you said, a body. They needed someone. He did play well in relief of Will Campbell in New England when Will Campbell got hurt this year. But I think it's a little unfair to expect him to step in and be a starter right away or at all, really. I think this is a guy that, like Matt said, swing tackle. And the money would show that. Matt, I don't know if you have any other thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm kind of my thoughts are known. He's going to be a depth piece. He's going to be better than what they had. He's going to be better than Moss. He's going to be better than Colby. He's going to be better than Pleasance. He's going to be better than whoever else, right? Gutierrez, who never even played for them. I don't know, man. It doesn't move the needle to me. There were other guys out there that you could have made an immediate impact on the offensive line, and you just ignored it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. At a certain point, you got to do something. This doesn't move the needle for me, if I'm being honest. Great for depth. Don't get me wrong. Because when Trent Williams inevitably holds out and fucking rolls his ankle and is out for like the first 3.5 weeks or whatever, then you could plug this guy in and it probably won't be the end of the world. But again, for long lasting, I don't think so. Just look at the way they structured the deal. That tells you all you need to know.
Yeah. We got a super chat, Mike, again from you guys, Sean.
All right. He says this time here, I'm going to drop a bomb on this one. He says, Trent is Eddie Haskell with Kyle. Trent has never been a winner, only there for the money, always has been. He is and has been fake. His play used to make up for it. Tired of the strong arm. Bye, bitch. Sean didn't want to say bitch. I got your back, Sean. I got it. I got you, man. I know what you want to say.
Excuse me, bitch.
So, I mean, listen, there's a lot of people. I just went off on Trent last night on my show. I'm not going to do it again here, but yeah, I'm tired of it. I don't know why he continues to do this. Although I will say this, and this goes for any player, not just Trent. Don't step on that football field if you don't have any guarantees in your contract. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a rookie. I don't care if you're a seasoned vet or something in between. No guarantees. You can't step on that field. It's too much at risk. And no team is going to pay you because they feel bad for you.
Yeah. It's true.
All right. Mike Evans time?
I can't argue. So yeah, let's move on to Mike Evans.
Pull up the tweet here. Obviously, this was the big news for the 49ers yesterday and through today. So we were all excited to hear this. I just had it up here. So many tweets. We'll go with this one. Jordan Schultz breaking. Oh, wait. Damn it. This isn't even the right one. Why can't I find the right tweet? I just had it up. Mike Evans leaving the Bucs and signing with the 49ers. per sources, this news broke, and it initially was reported at a 3-year, $60 million deal, which all of us were kind of like, oof, okay. But I guess, it is Mike Evans. It makes a little sense. And then the details come out, and it's, 3-year, $42 million, not 60, 3-year, 42.
But it could have been worth up to 60. That's what they were reporting at first.
You're right. And
even at 60, it was like, okay, 20 million a year for Mike Evans, like might be a little rich, but I get it, right? And then it comes out it's 42 with escalators and only 16.3 was guaranteed. And I was like, oh shit, they cooked with this one.
It's essentially a 1-year, $14 million, $16 million deal, I think, right?
It's like the Devontae Adams deal with LA.
Right. And the team has a lot of flexibility in the last 2 years. Mike Evans, had said that he was interested in going back to Tampa. He wasn't sure what he was going to do. And then ultimately he said it didn't come down to money. It's not about the money. He wanted to go to a winning culture. I mean, a couple weeks ago, he put out like a checklist, and it was, a great quarterback, winning culture, top offensive coordinator, and a chance at a Super Bowl. And obviously he feels that the 49ers check all of those boxes, or he wouldn't be here for essentially, I don't want to say pennies on the dollar because it's not quite that, but for Mike Evans' caliber, I'd argue it's pretty close. Mike, could this be, Matt mentioned him, could this be the 49ers Davante Adams that the Rams just got last year?
I think he's going to be a mixture of Davante Adams and Juwan Jennings. You look at the size comparison to him and Juwan, their speed is going to be comparable. If anything, I might give Mike Evans a little bit more speed. He's more physical at the point of attack, and he is the red zone threat that we wanted Juwan Jennings to be the whole time he's been here. And so I'm not upset with the signing, but it's another one of those signals that we were talking about. Like, were we pushing all the chips in this year? Are we going to try to improve? And go all in for one more time. You know what I'm saying? This signing, it's going to have its benefits. It's going to have its perks, right? This guy has got the hamstring injuries. He's got the ankle injuries, but he fights through it. He plays through it, and he's almost a walking 1,000-yard guy. All the credit that I've given to guys like Hopkins over the years, like it doesn't matter who his quarterback is. He doesn't matter what team he's on. He's going to get 1,000 yards. He's literally that guy. He's literally that guy. And so it could be good, man. He wasn't chump last year. He did miss a couple of games, but I mean, nothing that makes you say, oh, this is a terrible, terrible signing, other than his age. If it weren't for his age and you just ignore his age and look at the numbers and the productivity over the years, you would say this is a great signing. So, I like that that jersey number on him too, because he's definitely not getting 13, or is he?
Right. Yeah. I think, what did he wear in college? 4, something like that. Right, at Texas A&M.
Oh, I don't know. It's been a while. That was in 1962, so I don't know.
83 is available. 3 is available.
Nah, he wore 13 in college too.
Oh, was it? Oh shit.
Yeah, he ain't getting that shit from Brock Purdy though.
Yeah, no, definitely not. So maybe 2 years ago when Brock was on that poverty train. Mike Evans tossed him a milli for the number. It probably would have happened, but he got a $250 million. So that shit ain't definitely not happening now. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I want to push back on you, Mike. One thing. I don't think that anybody should ever breathe Juwan Jennings' name in the same sentence as Mike Evans. First of all, you're right. Mike Evans is faster. Mike Evans is far bigger than Juwan Jennings too. Far bigger than Juwan Jennings.
He's 6'5", right?
He's 6'5".
I thought Jennings was 6'3".
Yeah, 6'3", 209 compared to 6'5", 231. That's a huge difference. Wide receiver. That's a big difference. And Mike Evans is a guy that will run those 9 routes, and he doesn't have to beat the DB like burned by him, because you just throw it up top and he's going to go get it.
Yeah.
That's and I know Jennings will high point some stuff, but Jennings' route tree is very limited, and Mike Evans is a complete route tree. Just again, Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer. Let's put that out there right now. Mike Evans is a future Hall of Famer. Juwan Jennings ain't going to sniff the Hall of Fame.
Okay, I see what's
happening. Listen, Mike Evans has a decade's worth straight of 1,000-yard seasons. Juwan Jennings was a temper tantrum away from getting maybe one 1,000-yard season. And fact of the matter is that I feel like Juwan Jennings is going to get more per year than what Mike Evans took from the 49ers.
Agreed.
The 49ers offered Jennings $15 million a year, and he said no. They're getting Mike Evans for $14.1 million a year.
Yeah. And so I wasn't saying that. I wasn't saying that he is going to be Juwan Jennings. I said I said he's everything that people wanted Jennings to be.
That's fair. That's fair.
how I meant to say it.
He's a true X receiver, which I would say for Kyle Shanahan's offense, you have to go back to probably Houston with Andre Johnson.
Julio.
To find somebody to fit that role. I mean, Julio Jones, though, to me, wasn't that, though. Not in that way. They didn't use Julio in that way. You know what I mean? They used
Roddy White?
Yeah, Roddy White was more their X receiver, and Julio was the guy that they moved around.
True, fair.
You know what I mean? But I think that Andre Johnson was that true, and I would expect them to use Mike Evans in a lot of ways that they used Andre Johnson. And let's be real. I don't think Todd Bowles was doing Mike Evans any favors, and Mike Evans was still getting 1,000-yard seasons until he got hurt.
Yeah.
So now you pair him with, Kyle Shanahan, who gets people open, and it's not just Mike Evans that's going to eat. Ricky Pearsall is going to eat. Yep. Whoever else they bring in is going to eat. At this point, honestly, Mike Evans is such a good deal for the 49ers that I don't even think that I would be too pissed off if they just said, hey, Debo, why don't you come on back?
Oh, shit.
Because now you
Matt's in a great mood.
I don't think no, because here's the thing. He presents a true number. I know Mike left. He presents a true number one target in a way that would allow Debo Samuel to work the underneath stuff and in space, and then you stick Ricky Pearsall in the slot. And then if you want 4 wide receiver sets, then you start using if Cowan can stay healthy or if Jordan Watkins can, do something. Because guess what, guys? They didn't go out and get Dobbs. They didn't go out and get Pierce. They're not going to go out and get Darnell Mooney. Who's left? I hate to break it to you guys. They're not drafting a wide receiver in the first round. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it for the third time in 6 years. They're not going to do it.
Fair.
So be prepared for Debo Samuel to come back. Be prepared. They didn't go out and get Caden Ellis. They didn't go out and get Devin Lloyd, right? Be prepared for Dre Greenlaw to be back here too.
I like the way Matt's thinking.
I'm telling you the way the 49ers are doing things, they're going to take cheap flyers and guys that know the system to come right on back.
I like the way you're thinking, if I'm being completely honest with you, right? Because like you said, what is he going to open up for the person opposite him? And we know that's going to be Pearsall if he can get on the field, right? And then all of a sudden your burners can actually get used now in the Watkins, right? Or the Cowan. Cowan had speed. I don't know what he's got now, or you know what I'm saying? We haven't seen him really do much, but he had speed coming into the system. We know Watkins has speed. He just couldn't find his way on the field. And Mike Evans is going to be a great mentor for those guys. He is an all business type of player. He goes into those wide receivers rooms and he's a coach in the wide receiver room. And when it comes to film and breaking things down, he could actually have a positive impact on a guy like Debo, on a guy like Watkins, on a guy like Cowing, all these guys who couldn't quite get their shit together because there was no real leadership. Yeah, there was no real leadership in there, so this is going to be a really good signing, and it could make bad guys look really, really good.
Yeah. Now let me be clear. I wouldn't be over the moon that Debo was back. I'm saying I wouldn't be mad if Debo was back. You know what I'm saying? Because for me personally, I would rather they draft somebody like Omar Cooper or like Casey Concepcion or somebody like that in the draft. And then, but we all know how, again, rookie wide receivers go. And with the mindset that I have that the 49ers are trying to push all their chips in and betting the pot on veteran players, it just makes too much sense for Debo, who had his little temper tantrum out in Washington. It didn't really work out with his boy. They had a terrible season, this and this and that. He was spotted in San Francisco not too long ago. It's just like certain things are kind of like, dang, man, that's kind of, you know what I mean? And by the way, it's not just, you don't have to rely on Debo anymore. You don't have to have him be that guy anymore. You know what I mean? You can use him and set him up in space to get him, like they used him in Washington. Mm-hmm. He wasn't like the go-to guy in Washington. And he can go and be that here. And again, you still have Demarcus Robinson on this team that nobody's talking about as a veteran guy. So there's plenty there. And you go from being maybe the worst wide receiver room in the NFL to one that's not half bad. Now I'd like to see them maybe go out and get somebody, to kind of take over the spot And as much as, as much as we all love George Kittle, like he's going to be missing the first part of the season. So who do we get?
I love this signing. I absolutely love this signing. How many receivers caught a touchdown for the 49ers of the past 2 years? Jawan Jennings, maybe Ricky Pearsall had one. DeMarcus Robinson had a couple. Like, it's either tight ends or running backs, and that's it. Mike Evans is a fucking touchdown machine, especially in the red zone. We have a guy, for the first time, maybe since Kyle Shanahan has been here, that can go up and get high back shoulder fades, that can go and win a slant off the go against double team, that you just toss it up. You let him go over there, or the opposing defense has to double him because they know he can do that, and that frees up a Christian McCaffrey underneath or a Ricky Pearsall or anybody. I absolutely love this signing. I get he's 32. Anquan Bolden was 33 when he got here, and he balled out for us for 2 seasons. Like, absolutely best ball, arguably, of his career.
And again, it's not like we're getting somebody who, again, he's battled through injuries, but prior to this last year when he missed a bunch of games, and I think part of that had to do with him being disgruntled with Todd Bowles and everything else as well. Let me put it out there. He hadn't ever missed more than 3 games in a season. So he does have a track record of being a tough player, one who will battle through stuff. And his skill set is not one that's going to necessarily decline as fast as somebody. Like, somebody's going to take a chance on Tyreek Hill, and I'm telling you, Tyreek Hill will never be the same again. Like, not coming off that major knee injury. And when you think about people like Tyreek Hill, once the speed goes, what are you left with? Right? 6'5", 230 is 6'5", 230. And that shit ain't going away. So I think his, and again, this is not a direct comparison, so please don't fucking go crazy on me or whatever. But like Jerry Rice, never a burner, right? Jerry Rice had a specific skill set that, and he was able to catch the ball in a way that translated to his older years. Same thing. Tim Brown stayed very effective for a long time. Not a burner, but a guy who could run his routes, who knew how to get to spots, very smart in the game, savvy veteran. I just think that, again, his game will age better than a lot of other people's. He just has to stay healthy. And again, all the jokes are already out there, right? It's that, what's that meme of the black guy rubbing his hands together or whatever, looking from around the corner. It's like the substation looking at Mike Evans' hamstring.
Gosh, he played for the Niners. I'm forgetting his name. Totally drawing a blank right now. That guy, he played for the Niners. He's in the NFL for like a decade.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a football player in that meme?
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
The hell up.
Dude, he does those skits, like the uncle skits. You never seen this? Gosh, what's his name? Chat.
I didn't know he was a football player. I swear to God,
he played for the Bears, the Niners. Spice Adams. That's Spice Adams.
That's who that is?
Oh,
that's Spice Adams.
Anthony Adams.
Holy shit. I did not know that's who that was. I don't like memes and stuff, like they come on my timeline. I get them and then I just keep going. Yeah. I didn't know that's who that was. Holy shit.
He does like these videos too. I got to show you since we're talking about it.
This is great.
He does that laugh too.
Like I've seen this shit.
What's happening now? What's going on here? Oh, okay, y'all got the weights in here. Y'all got the weights in here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I used to get down with the get down right here, baby. Yeah, I like this, man. How much this is?
This is his uncle skits.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, these ain't regulation I see, huh? Oh, man. Man, what's going on, man? Everything cool? Everything cool, man? Oh, no, man. No fingerprints, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's that, baby? What's that? No fingerprints? What's that? Okay, yeah. Elbow? Okay. What's happening, man? Everything cool? Yeah, what's going on, man? All right, man. All right, now. Man, what's going on, man? Y'all see Steph the other night, man? Hey, drop 50. Yeah, 50 on me. He could have had 70. He did that little move like here, bam, bam. See, what I would have did was, because I'm a triple threat. Right. You know what I'm saying? They don't know if I'm going to shoot the J, if I'm going to pass it, or I'm just going to dunk. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Chuck, I'm in here right now. No, she didn't. I'm on my way right now. All right, now. Hey, man, y'all be good now, okay? All right, now. All right, baby.
I'm watching this. This is cracking me up because I'm watching Mike watch this video, and I see it passing through his mind. He's like, I know 3 or 4 people that are exactly fucking like this. I can see it in your face.
Yes, because what's great about that is the black barbershop thing. There are legitimately people who walk into the black barbershop and they do exactly, hey, what's going on, everybody?
Come listen, talks a little bit of shit, I've seen it. I grew up in the Bay Area, so I've seen it. But what got me was the matching top and bottom.
Yeah.
It was a one piece.
Was it a one piece?
That was a one piece with a
it was a jumper. Hoodie. It was a jumper.
Oh my God. Okay, that makes it even worse.
Yes.
But also the thing where like he walking like his back hurts.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing too. Walking like your back, like with that like slight bent over. I don't know, man. That's just funny.
He's hilarious. He's hilarious. Anyway, we got a little sidetracked. But yes, Matt, I have seen the stuff about him, rubbing his hands already. Yeah, electrical substation.
Yeah.
Looking at Mike Evans like.
I'm just like, dang, man, we're gonna hear about this. We're gonna hear about that substation until they move.
Well, so the Mike Evans signing is kind of like an anti that, right?
Right.
Like you got a guy who has been battling injuries the last couple of seasons, missed a couple of games here or there. Like Matt said, never missed more than 3, but he's good to miss a game or 2 a season, right? Sometimes 3. If he's not afraid to come here in his big age and wants to play, all of a sudden it's like, well, if Mike Evans wants to do it, like maybe what I was worried about isn't that big of a deal. Let the memes go around. They're going to do what they're going to do. They were doing it before we signed Mike Evans. Well, we technically haven't done it yet, but you know what I'm saying.
That's the word, right? Like, oh, nobody's going to want to come here because of the substation. That's what we heard during that whole thing. Yeah. Nobody's going to want to go play there. I've heard that players don't want to go play there, and it's like, well, clearly that's bullshit because Mike Evans.
Here comes a Hall of Famer.
A lot less from us than he would have gotten from Tampa Bay just so he could get the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I love the signing. I think it's going to be great for the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan desperately needed somebody like him. He could go up and beat man coverage. Ricky Pearsall and Mike Evans, well, other way around. Mike Evans was higher than Ricky Pearsall. Top two of the 5 receivers when it comes to beating man coverage in the NFL. Now, the Niners struggled for the past, 5 years in beating man coverage. They now have 2 of the top guys that can do it in the NFL.
Mike Evans doing it without being like this burner. He just gets open. He uses his size to his advantage. He knows how to run routes. He knows how to leverage his opponent. And that kind of stuff, again, is going to age well. Size is size. You're never going to lose size. And your smarts are your smarts, man. As long as he maintains at least a certain level of athleticism, he's going to be able to do that. So, and he instantly becomes, I think he's even bigger than George Kittle. Like Kittle is 6'4".
Yep.
So he, and again, maybe, man, while Kittle's out, maybe, David Njoku's sitting out there.
Dallas Goedert's still out there.
I know everybody loves Jake Tonjes, but like Tonjes as a number 1, I don't know. Or, if he's on the board at 27, Kenyon Sadiq.
Yep.
From Oregon. That dude's a freak. So,
Mike,
I don't know. We'll see.
We got some super chats. That's how Mike acts when he ain't with us.
All right, Sean, I see you, Sean. Listen, I am leaning into the old man thing now. I'm Uncle Mike at work now, so I'm leaning into it. I get it now. And that's what it is, man. I do throw on the old man act sometimes. I'm telling people, oh, I got arthritis. I have it in my finger. I really do. But, I'm walking around today at work, rubbing the cream on my finger. They're like, what the hell is wrong with you? What's that smell? And I'm telling you, hey, look, man, the old man's got, Unc's got some arthritis in his hand. He's got to take care of it, So, but it was really cool to see that because I did not know that's who that was.
Yeah.
That is absolutely incredible.
He's hilarious, man. I got to find some more of his skits so I could send them to you guys because he cracks me up. He has that one skit of getting out of the car and his leg goes like way up.
Yeah, he's the one that shot his leg up all in the air.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. Tight
ass pants every time he's doing that kind of stuff, man. Oh, man. And here's another one. This is Sean again hating on. All right.
We're a little behind.
To play here. Yeah, sorry, Sean. I hate the move. Love the player. Jennings couldn't wear his jockstrap like Bane on his face if he tried. Evan makes Bolden look fast. See, this is where I disagree. I think Evans just isn't an angle taker like how some of these other guys are, right? He'll run his route, and then his point is to catch the ball. What happens afterwards, I don't think he's super concerned with, right? He's not going to be a yak guy if that's what you guys are expecting here. So he's not walking away from anybody. That's not part of his game. It's to get to the point where you need me to catch the ball, and I'm going to do it. I don't care if it's 2 people on me or not. He's going to high point the ball and do it. So I just think that people have to understand what you're getting from him, and that's what he's brought in for. You don't want all of the same type of receivers here. You know what I mean? Do you guys remember like Harbaugh's last year here? I believe it was Harbaugh, and it was like Crabtree, Bolden, and Manningham, right? They're all receivers. Nobody did anything different. And it was like Balky was just insistent on getting one type, and then they tried to get Stevie Johnson at one point. They're all the same guy.
They got him.
The same exact guy. Yeah. They were all the same guy. Like this now is giving you a sprinkle of something different. And that's why you guys know that I hate
and they keep doing different stuff with them.
Yes. Right. But Matt's point about Debo not being mad now that Mike Evans is coming and you got Pearsall and you got Watkins, now you sprinkle in Debo, everybody does something a little bit different. Now all of a sudden you have a complete wide receiver core and no clones of anybody. So as much as I hate Debo and I don't want him back, like Matt said, you can't be mad at it because now you understand what they're putting together and there's pieces everywhere. They can't take away one part of the field because they're not all going to be there. They're not all running that same little, slant across the middle now. So I like it. I do.
And again, here's the thing, because I see a lot of people saying like, oh, well, Mike Evans likes to run go routes. Like, what's Purdy? Purdy can throw a go route. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks on deep ball throws. So now instead of, throwing, and again, no shade to anybody that's been here, right? You're throwing to some shorter wide receivers. Now you throw that shit up to Mike Evans. He's going to go get it. Like, you just put it up high and let him go get it. And you don't think the 49ers are going to get a couple more of those contested catches? Even if it's like, let's just say 5 for the year. You don't think that makes a huge difference? That's going to make a huge difference. And not only that, but Evans going downfield and snatching those up, you know what that does? It opens up the middle of the field where Brock Purdy loves to play, because now you have to defend the boundary, because you can't leave someone on an island out there with someone who's just going to go up and moss him every single time down the field. So I like the move. Again, it's contingent upon health, but this 49ers team is contingent upon health no matter what. So,
right.
Like, if they're not healthy, then it don't matter anyway.
I know. Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
I was just gonna say I gotta play you guys the clip because I found it, and then no more Spice Adams from there. But this guy fucking cracks me up, man. Let me make sure okay. Where are we? Stepping into the weekend, like that's the caption.
We should talk over the music.
Yeah. You're right.
That's that Unk ride too. That's that Unk ride. Yeah.
So this is funny, man. Pulls up in the big boy Buick. Foot on the sunroof, baby. Huh? I'm here, baby. Huh? Got the smoke in my mouth. Check the step. Wait, here it come. Hit it with the walk, baby.
Going right back into that barbershop.
Yeah, absolutely love it, man.
All of his outfits are like that too.
This guy was born to live in Miami. I love it, man. That is awesome.
He's hilarious. Okay, we got 2 more from Shad here, Mike.
Seriously?
Wrong one. He said, "Come on, Matt. Hill's injury wasn't that bad." LOL.
I mean, he still has his leg.
He had a speed track in his leg going every other type of way.
Yeah. I mean, the big concern for me was that, and again, not super unexpected, but, when you saw the video of him using the walker or whatever a couple days after surgery and you just see that foot dragging on the ground, I mean, there's nerve damage there. Mm-hmm. And with that type of injury, that dislocation, there typically is nerve damage. And it's just, how much of that is he going to get back? You think about the fact that he's over 30 and you're not going to get that speed back. He's just not going to have that speed. So without that speed, what is Tyreek Hill? He's a small guy, and that's not going to age well. When he loses his speed, he's going to get drummed out of the league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one thing that people don't realize about Tyreek Hill is that he was never like this phenomenal route runner. He just burned people down the field. That was it. It was like he'd line up on the far outside, and then you would see Mahomes just air it out to the opposite way, and he's just going to run under it. You know what I mean?
You can't overthrow him.
Yeah. So like that's what made him special, and that was all because of the speed. If that speed isn't there, then what are you going to do? That route tree isn't what it is. That stem, it's not what you want it to be. So
last one, Sean. I walk like that when I get out of my car. 1 hour drive. 100%.
Oh my
100%.
God. I wish I could get out my car like that. I got out of my car today. My wife worked from home and she must have heard me pull up or something. She's standing in the doorway watching me. And I get out and I'm moving all slow and I got all these bags and everything. She's like, "Are you hurt? Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I've been sitting in this damn car for an hour. Like I'm in pain over here, lady." Like
Yeah.
I wish I could get out of my car like that after an hour drive. So kudos to you, Sean, if you could still do it.
That's why I
God
had to switch for my manual. I couldn't drive manual anymore because my sciatica was so bad. My whole left side from my hips down would be numb after driving for like 20 minutes. It'd be like it's like your leg fell asleep, and I'm like, damn, I can't drive anymore. So then I had to switch to automatic.
Yeah, I sit on cushions now. Like that's me. I literally try. If I got up right now and showed, I have a big cushion that's shaped like the Wu-Tang symbol, and that's what I sit on.
Oh, I have one. I think I have the exact one. I just got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Mine is like really thick because I have no butt at all. Like when I lost weight, I lost even more of the little bit of butt that I had.
Same. I've lost some weight, and suddenly I'd be at work, and I'm like, my ass, man. Like, geez. So I had to get
it's
a
like,
cushion.
am I sitting on my wallet? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And so welcome to the club, man. It doesn't get any better.
That's
so,
funny.
Just, it's something you got to deal with. You sit on the toilet too long, your legs are numb, and you got to stand up too fast. It's like, oh shit, I'm going to fall. Are there any other positions you guys want the Niners to go after in free agency? I'm not talking about specific players because we don't control that. I just want to know if there's any other positions that you guys want them to go after.
Safety. 1,000% safety. They don't draft him well, and they sign him well, historically speaking. So go get a safety.
Isn't Jaquan Brisker out there for the taking?
Yep. Kevin Byard is as well. I'd like
somebody.
either of those.
They need like a center fielder style safety. They got enough in the box, can go against the run safeties. They don't have anybody that plays that center field, that free safety, classical style, and they need one.
Yep. Matt, any position that you had in mind?
Yeah, left guard.
Oh.
Left guard. Stop ignoring the left guard position. You had a Pro Bowler free and clear on the market, and I think he signed for maybe like $10 or $12 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no excuse to me, this is a make or break year for Lynch. I'm just going to say it right now. They're sitting on their thumbs in free agency. Again, Mike Evans was their big signing, but there were plenty of other people to be had out there. What my hope is that they're in on Trey Hendrickson, and this is why they're slow rolling, because they need the cap space to go sign him for whatever the deal may be. But the fact of the matter is that you have 7 picks in the top 150. All 7 of your picks are in the top 150 of this draft. If you don't come away with 4 starters out of this, you got to fucking go. Yeah. I don't care if they kick you upstairs and make you president of football operations or whatever, but you can no longer be in charge of personnel. Yeah. And I'm tired of people saying, oh, it's Kyle Shanahan, it's Kyle Shanahan, it's Kyle Shanahan. That's John Lynch's fault if it's Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan needs to be coaching the team. And somebody has to be the fall guy, because if you go back and look through this team's draft picks, they draft like shit. They draft like shit, man. And the first person that's going to go is John Lynch, because, again, Kyle Shanahan can coach the team. He's well respected around the league, generally regarded as one of the best play callers in the league, one of the most genius offensive minds, yada, yada, yada. If John Lynch isn't held responsible for picking the players, then what does he actually do? What if everybody assumes he's just a mouthpiece for the team, a forward-facing, public-facing PR mouthpiece for the team, then kick him upstairs and get a real personnel guy, because there's no reason that this team should be missing on this many draft picks. Yeah. I find it hard to believe that they're not going to regress to the mean and actually pick up some real players. But it's like you have to hold somebody. Again, who's going to be accountable? Jed's not going to take responsibility. He's the owner. He doesn't have to. Kyle's winning football games as a coach. So who does that leave? Parag's just the cap guy. That leaves John Lynch. And ultimately, at the end of the day, John Lynch is going to be the one that has to get taken out. Again, I think that the 49ers will kick him upstairs, right? Make him president of football operations or some bullshit like that. But I think and I wasn't here when it happened last week, but maybe that's why they brought back Kwesi.
Mm-hmm.
To be not that I think that's a great move, because he didn't show that he was a great judge of talent in Minnesota either. So, again, that's that loyalty thing, right? They know him, so they bring him back.
Yep. Familiarity, but I get killed when I say it. I'm glad you said it, and I didn't have to. But I agree.
I mean, with their moves that they're making, in free agency, and the lack of moves that they're making, allowing Trent Williams to kind of hamstring them. That kind of proves your point, because I know you've been saying it for a while, Mike, that they bring in their guys, and you said that when they were looking at the defensive coordinator search with Raheem Morris, and you hope that Morris can scheme a little bit differently, but yeah.
Mike,
that was part of my rant also, is that, like, I've never seen a tandem of head coach and GM stay together this long without achieving. Like, you're getting passed by everybody in your division. The Rams have won Super Bowls, the Seahawks have won Super Bowls, and you're supposed to be this special team, and you're the guru and all that stuff. Someone's got to be on the hot seat, and this is the year that it has to happen. I don't care. And I don't expect us to get past Seattle this year. They haven't done anything right now that shows me, that's the move right there. We're going to get past Seattle. I haven't seen it yet. I'm sorry. I haven't seen it yet. So they've got to do something. And if they don't, someone's got to be on the hot seat. And Matt was nice. Matt was saying, oh, well, move him up somewhere else. Get rid of him. Just get rid of him. I'm sorry. Like, you came from the booth. You got plenty of experience. You did 10 years. You did it. Congrats. Move on. Sorry. I know you wanted to be a Hall of Fame GM like you were a Hall of Fame player. Sometimes it's not going to happen here.
That's a good point, Mike. How he's been here. They've been here since what, 2016, 2017?
2017.
At what point do you have you tried to learn enough on the job and you actually do the job?
we got a super chat from our guy Gray Fox 198. Just dropping by quickly to show my support. My favorite 49ers podcast. I'll do it tomorrow on my way to work. Have a good one, boys. Oh, and Trent, stop asking for a new contract every 2 weeks. Just shut the fuck up and play. Gray Fox, you're the man. Appreciate you stopping in, showing some support. Have a great night, and hopefully you enjoy it on your way to work tomorrow. Okay, I think that's going to do it for tonight's show, guys. We got to hop off. I do want to wish a very happy early birthday to my brother Eric tomorrow. He's been on the show. You guys know him. It's his birthday tomorrow. My dad's birthday is Friday. So, Dad, I know you're watching. Very happy early birthday to you as well. The 11th and the 13th, a couple days apart. So, yeah, very, very, very important week here. And then I get married in 16 days. So, the three of us will be together, and we'll get to have some drinks and some cigars together. So it'll be awesome. Mike, I'm sure the folks already know. Please let them know where to find premium 49ers content.
Yeah, guys, head on over to Nothing But Niners if you're not already there. For those of you who are there, please come on by and show my guys some love. Subscribe to the channel over here at 49ersHive as well. And if you're looking for the extra bonus content, patreon.com/NB9ERS. I really, really hope you guys get on over there. Don't be the last one because it's nice over there. Patreon.com/NB9ERS.
That's right. Go check it out, guys. Especially now that we get into the draft season, free agency. You're not going to want to miss a single thing content-wise. Matt, please do us the honors.
Hey, listen, Mike Evans, good signing. Let's see what else the 49ers have in store because they got to do something. They got to do something else. Max Crosby deal, crazy. Let's see if the 49ers may be sneaking on that. Maybe they're in on Hendrickson. But we're building towards 2026. I'm excited. I hope you guys will join us here next time. For Zach, for Mike, for myself, we love having you guys here. We couldn't do it without you. So until next time, go Niners.